now run Minecraft to load the fig files.
Hello and welcome to Yoda Soda Creations podcast. Group of friends, George time, business, movies, and TV, older recent. on the news, on the news desk this week, it seems Cheetah's final form is getting a pop figure.
Hmm. Okay.
Seems the current Toonami run is rumored to go through 2023.
Oh wow. Yeah, that'll be a good long while.
Seems there's a teased death coming into the third volume of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Uh, yeah, I mean, that's not really surprising. I mean, each of the movies has killed someone off.
This is probably obvious by now, but hints, hint, James obviously says there's no need to watch the other Suicide Squad in order to watch his.
Hmm.
I already mentioned this to you guys. off stream, but off stream, but the off stream, but the My Little Pony finale made it to the Heartbreaking Cartoon series finales list on Mojo.
Yeah, I saw that.
This this one actually ties into most of what next month's going to encompass, but seems Thomas the Tank Engine is going on hiatus.
Oh. Didn't know it's still going.
Like I said, it's one. Like I said at some point earlier, it was one of the fandom that was in before ponies. Here's the latest round of Spider-Man's game sequel leaks. Seems Peter's returning to the Daily Bugle. An even bigger map to explore in the game. Winter physics. Some big names in the DLC.
Ooh.
Venom symbiote. Eddie Brock's confirmed as a rival.
Of course.
Ooh, Into the Spider-Verse fans will like this one. Playable Miles.
Nice.
Osborns are going to be in it. Dynamic missions and guest stars.
Hmm.
Seems there's a big reveal coming in the summer. And finally, somewhere next winter is the release date.
Hmm.
Here's an interesting one. But the Reynolds versus Jackman feud is apparently under a temporary cease.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
Bill Farmer is in support for a Goof Troop reunion.
Ooh.
There's a Hunger Games prequel movie in the works.
But why?
The Venom and Jumanji writers are going to do a One Punch Man adaptation.
That can't end well.
Holland's apparently going to be in Let There Be Carnage, which is also been which is not only which obviously is not only delayed but also got a new title. Seems there's a bit of a clip show of sorts going on called Friendship is Forever.
Uh, yeah, it's like at least there's apparently some new footage, so not a complete waste. Okay, book it.
Scoob seems to be heading towards On Demand next month.
Hmm.
HBO Max's first Looney Tunes cartoon trailer revels in modern day lunacy.
Interesting.
Seems there's a Jurassic World game leak.
Okay, that has potential, maybe. It depends on the genre they go for.
Seems Haley Bailey has opened up about a near death during some James Bond production.
Oh,
That's no good.
yeah, no.
Seems the US dub for Pokemon is now hiring New York and Los Angeles talent. So that'll be interesting. Seems the original Matrix star wants to return for the sequel.
Hmm.
Gonna read.
Hemsworth is supporting the eventual, well, Marvel helping in the eventual cinema reopenings.
Oh, nice.
Seems we can expect a Spider-Verse sequel in a couple of years.
That's cool.
Yeah. You can right of watching the first one.
You haven't watched the first one yet?
Nope.
Totally suggest it.
Seems there is a Tintin tie-in game in development. My guess is it has something to do with the still in production Spielberg Jackson work.
Making another Tintin?
It's been on and off in the sequel's been on and off in the news. The sequel's been on. And speaking of sequels, Mission Impossible is getting an 8. Have you heard of Chris Pratt and Catherine Schwarzenegger getting together?
Nope.
I don't really follow celebrity.
Well, they're expecting a child pretty soon.
Oh.
And finally, the casualty report for this week. And again, causes are going to vary. We have Jason Davis of Recess fame. We normally don't politics where they talk. It's rarely talked about around these parts, but Elizabeth Warren's brother was also.
Yeah.
And finally, Pixar's Rob Gibbs. So tonight's going to be a little interesting. Looks like we're back to digital sculpting.
Yep.
We're turning our hand over to this.
Yeah, sculpting Minecraft, and I'm currently working on a Minecraft mod pack for us to potentially use in the future. Just kind of trying to work through some conflicts. Like, for whatever reason, the thing required for the enchantment descriptions mod seems to be crashing the whole thing. So it's like, huh. Okay, take those out, so it doesn't load.
That's terrifying. You see that?
Yee. There. Okay. What's crashing at this time?
Yeah. Doing the recap for tonight.
So the recap.
Yes, with birthday just a couple of days away, birthday just a couple of days away, and even the birthday just a couple of days away, and since we have to wait another week at best before comics, well, at least one of the comics finally makes its appearance. We go to we go into another we go to another point of my childhood, which interestingly I didn't. I could strangely recall only one bit. I could strangely recall only one bit until now.
Okay.
But yeah, we have. But yeah, this time. But yeah, this time we have Scamper the Penguin.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Interesting.
Definitely interesting in that I didn't expect to come out of that. Didn't expect to come out of that. Didn't expect to come out of that one with a feeling a little warm inside.
Probably brings back memories or something.
Yeah, it's I before today before it was listed as the stuff we'll be
Sorry,
doing.
you've gone robot for a bit. What happened? What did you say?
Oh, sorry. Admittedly, I was kind of bleeding a little bit, but yeah, I haven't even heard of it before it was put up on the list for stuff to look at.
And
Eh?
they chose um, the setting very strategically. That they chose the Arctic for this because it'd be easy to animate back freaking ice everywhere.
Yeah. That wasn't it. And well, the video broke.
Muted the screen.
No, oh, the YouTube video.
So
I had to reload it.
I've had that happen occasionally.
That's like I'm trying to multitask, like trying to get this mod pack working. Like, uh, and, okay, the video too. It's like okay. So yeah, the thing we watched. Like yeah, it's about a penguin, but the story doesn't start off with that penguin. It starts off with his parents. They meet. They make nest. They make eggs. Ladies scamper off for a while, so the guys have to protect the eggs from the seagulls. Seagulls are bad.
they're always
So
bad.
anyway, most of the guys decide like, "Hey, we're hungry. We're gonna go off. Hey, you protect the eggs." Yeah, this goes about as well as you would expect. It's like all those people scurry, all those people scurrying to the beaches in California during a pandemic. They're gonna get exactly what's coming to them. So yeah, the seagulls attack,
Yeah.
and our hero's father, managed to save two eggs, one of his own, one of another. The rest, yeah, they're gone. Insert sad trombone here. So yeah, yeah, the when the ladies come back, as you can imagine, they are not very happy with the guys. And it's like, okay, still got two eggs, except one of them isn't his. So they give the other egg to one of the other couples. Like, okay, we still have the one. So some time passes, it hatches, and hey, it's our protagonist! Yay!
Only the
You
start
guys
of
can
his.
chip in at any time.
Only the start of his insanely insane journey as a penguin through the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Scamper is definitely full of energy. Too much energy.
Kind of a narrator. This whole thing, who espouses, I guess, tidbits of information about penguins in general, and I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like documentary
It,
esque.
it's like part children's film, part National Geographic.
Yeah,
I was gonna
it's
mention at
weird.
some. I was gonna mention at some point that it. Did, I was gonna mention at some point that it did kind of, kind of, kind of had some similarities. To, kind of is basically sort of a children's version of March of the Penguins.
Violent and sad.
No, keep that tab. I have so many tabs open.
Feeling.
Okay, so hatches. Uh, so yeah, some more time passes, and oh hey, the seagulls are harassing people again. So Scamper's tells them like, okay, I just need to go help. You stay here. Like, okay.
Okay.
And then this other penguin shows up, mutters something about Scamper or should go explore, and yeah, this is gonna go about as well as you imagine. I have dubbed that penguin the town drunk. Like, don't listen to him.
Kind of starts this whole thing for Scamper, where
E-
he's like, yeah,
Everything in this film is a result of him talking to Scamper. Also, remember, kids, don't talk to strangers. So yeah, Scamper wanders off, and wait, hold on. Uh, okay, got ahead of myself a little bit. My bad. Let's rewind a bit. No, wait, that was there. I just go in the early
that's what I'm
part.
telling you. I'm telling you, they definitely chose their their
Okay,
see.
rewinding before the drunk. So basically, Scamper's mom meets up with another one of the moms. Like, hey, like, hey, I have a daughter. Want Scamper to play with her? Like, sure, okay. Hey, this is Snowflake. Like, I
Right,
won't say
right.
she's like the romantic interest because like it doesn't really go in that direction.
They
But
also like toddlers.
yeah, and even after time skips, it's not really It's like, oh, okay, here's the primary female protagonist, side protect. What's the sidekick? Yeah.
But yeah, it's safe to say
That,
our minds have a tendency to look in that direction.
and then then the thing with the seagulls and the drunk guy happens. So yeah, Scamper goes wandering around and climbs up some hills and runs into a seagull. Well, they say they're seagulls, but really, it's like, uh, I don't know. It's like, let me cross-reference with Google. Okay, white with some black. That's gray with a bit of gray with some brown and orange. Yeah, that is not a seagull. Whoever drew that does not know what a seagull looks like. Unless it's another bird that goes unmentioned, in which no, they're the seagulls from before, so
Certain features are
whatever.
certain features are present though.
Yeah, such as it's a bird. Anyway,
I was talking about the beak and the feet.
Uh, so yeah, they notice that Scamper's mission. It's like, where did he go? It's like, I don't know. He went that way. No, he went that way. It's like, I don't know. So anyway, a Scamper rolls around a bit and finds himself encountered with a dog.
You know, the common thing in uh, Arctic scenarios.
So yeah, I forget what was the dog's name again.
I don't
In,
know.
interestingly, interestingly, he was called Don in the original Russian text, but in the dub,
Cowboy.
in the U.S. dub, he's Cowboy.
Ah, cowboy. Right. Wait, original. Who wants to bet the seagull thing may have been a translation error?
Why? Because it's seagulls. That's word.
Despite not really looking like seagulls, and if it was another language originally, then also given the age of this, let's face it, translations have come translations have come a long way since back then. Anyway, so yeah, cowboy. It's like, hey, all right. God, I'm forgetting parts of this film. Ugh.
Very memorable.
Yeah, let's not even get into the songs, which are basically la 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 la. This is our current situation at the moment. La la la. You may think I am joking, but later on, it gets pretty explicit in that. I'll bring up my example later on.
They each have a good beat going, though.
Yes.
Sure. So yeah, I mentioned that Scamper was getting harassed by seagulls. They got uh, words. I am because of giant red flying metal bird, or as Cowboy calls well, I don't think he explicitly calls it a helicopter, but it's a helicopter with human scientists in it. And yeah, like the human is friendly, and God, like the close up on his face, it's like if you've seen the human models in the Zelda CDI games, that it reminds me of that.
Yeah,
And
they're
just
just really
something about the
vivid.
animation.
They're very vivid, meaning like they're
It's just kind of jarring, you know. Anyway, he's a nice guy, and yeah, he like okay, go on. Like, so Scamp gets back, and yeah, Dad's angry. It's like, hey, I told you to stay still. What the hell? So some more time passes, and hey, the children penguin are getting taught lessons, and long story short, Scamper's very energetic and shows off without really meaning to show off, but kind of still shows off, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
but they get taught how to slide, and they get taught about whales. Whales are bad. Ah,
No, well, killer whales are bad.
killer whales. You can tell because the word killer is in their name. And some other animal that looks
Sounds
scary
good.
but is friendly, and
Walrus, yeah.
yeah, that thing. Okay, as you can tell, like this film did not really catch my interest. Uh, but yeah, it's like Snowflake is there too, and she is scared to try this. She's scared to slide. Scamper helps her out. She's scared. She's scared to go down the hill. Yeah, but hey,
I
it's
mean,
nap time.
yeah.
So Scamper gets the great idea, like, hey, I'm gonna go wander off, and
As you do.
he brings Snowflake with him.
There's witnesses, though.
Yeah, like, yeah, they wandered off. It's Scamper's fault.
Not learned a lesson.
Let's see now. Skimming through the episode. Oh, I went through a lot.
Yeah.
Also, keynote for later. They're still small. Oh, they can't really swim, so water bad.
Currently, water
Keep
very
that in
bad
mind for later.
for that information.
Yeah. So yeah, Scamper wants to show Snowflake his friend Cowboy. That's just over the hill. Like they play, they have fun. Hey, look, birds! Oh no,
Ah,
birds!
birds!
Like quick, hide! It's like, oh hey, it yoinked Scamper. Scamper, go down. Yeah, Scamper's a bit hurt from this, but like Cowboy, he makes the bird go away, and the guy patches Scamper up, and then gives him a ride back home. Like, they're good people. Yeah, Scamper's parents are not happy with this. It, it's like Scamper is like that child who needs 24/7 constant supervision. It's like you cannot let him out of your sight.
He'll die.
I believe you also saw one of the. I believe you also saw one of the indications that this was Russian. Did you, Nate?
Yeah.
In the form of transport.
Yes, the car they take
Well,
is very
well,
Russian.
if you actually know about those kind of things, it's like if you don't really pay attention, you probably wouldn't. You know.
It's just a snow vehicle.
Yeah.
Not like you got a Russian flag on it or something obvious.
So yeah, Scamper's feeling down, but he's hanging out with Snowflake and starts to wonder like, hey, birds can fly. Why can't penguins fly? Maybe they haven't really tried before. I'm gonna try to fly. Hey, look, a cliff.
Perfect. See a theme emerging.
Yeah. So they go up to the cliff and and Snowflake points out like, yeah, this is kind of high, and Scamper's like, you know, you have a good point. But the plot says, ha, you're coming down off this cliff no matter what you want. And the ice cracks, and down goes the cliff, and hey, they're stranded on some ice.
Sorry.
To be fair to Scamper, this time it isn't his fault.
They were near an edge, which wasn't great.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, maybe not jumping off, like, crack, like, whoops. Yeah, tough luck. So yeah, they're stranded on some ice, and eventually they come across some emperor penguins, but they're just like ignoring them. It's like, piss off.
Oh, my freaking.
Yeah, like, they do not care one bit. It's like, not our problem. Yeah, the Emperor Penguins like contributed nothing to this movie. Like, it could have easily been skipped. Now that I think about it.
And that one of them was. Oh, spoilers.
So yeah, the parents are worried. Yada yada. Where are they? Oh no! Oh, they're probably dead. They can't be dead. It's like, but they probably are.
What deems it not so?
See now. Then there's a musical number. It's like, hey, it'd be nice if we could swim.
Is the lyrics?
Yeah. Killer whale shows up, and okay, they're gone for quite a while, and oh, hey, a ship. Hey, it has people on it. I'm sure they're nice. Like, okay, they get netted up by the ship. Basically, first thing that happens, hey, look, some penguins. We can make some cash off of them. Yeah.
Isn't a real thing, but okay.
Well, apparently they're being taken to a zoo or something.
Again, it doesn't happen, but okay.
But yeah, they're
Can't,
put in a
can't
cage,
just
and
catch penguins in the Arctic and sell them legally. Well, maybe they're black market.
yeah. But yeah, they're put into a cage, and next to the cage is another penguin named Louis. He's a what was it, a macaroni penguin? I think that's what he said.
Believe it or not, there is a
Uh,
Wikipedia for this.
I don't believe it. I won't believe you.
second Google result. First Google result: The Adventures of Lolo the Penguin. Or is that the same? Huh. Hold on. Huh. Different type, different name. Good to know. Oh, the film was a co-production between Japan and the Soviet Union.
The Soviet Union, yes. It was a Soviet vehicle.
I did say the dog had another name. I did say the dog had a different name in the original text.
Comrade.
Yeah.
His name was Comrade, as all dogs should be, yes. Vodka. His name was Vodka. Another stereotype for Soviet Union. Nick.
Right. Yeah, it's like the wiki has like all the original names. Like, wait, it's like who's who in this? So yeah, I'm not gonna be using that. Yeah, it's like Louis another penguin. Like, hey, we're gonna be shipped off to a zoo. Also, that dog's there, or he's gonna arm the sailors. The dog's like, hey, it's my job. Like, get a different job. It's like, I'm too old for this.
Done.
So yeah, they try a bit to escape, but like they just can't get reach high enough to lift the latch or whatever. But eventually, someone leaves a mop handle by the cage. It's like, oh hey, grab this, nudge the thing up, bam, they're out. Then they free Louis. Like, okay, let's try to sneak out. Like, okay, go this way. No, not that way. That way is dog. Okay, this way. And Louis smells some food. Like, okay, gonna search here. They eventually find some food, and oh, hey, the sailors are there. It's like, hey, some food's on the floor. What gives? So the penguins are hiding, and a mouse shows up and scares Snowflake. Took me a second to remember the name. Like, oh, hey, the penguins are here. And then there's this whole old song now. Where it's like, we need to catch the penguins because we'll get make money. And the penguins portion of it was like, we need to keep away from them. Like I said, the songs are literally, this is what is happening in this particular given situation at the moment.
Basically, that's the summation. Accurate summation. There we go. What do you guys think? I think I'm done. Not exact, but I think it's cute. What do you guys think?
It's probably due to the lack of detail or color, but it kind of looks like she's in a trance.
But she's shocked by something. Absolutely stunned. I'll move the hair a bit. A bit tall. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think on the cuteness meter?
Is good.
Is good. We got one is good. Take a Snapchat. Oh, did it freeze? No, it's not. So,
But yeah, so they eventually kind of escape. Not fully because the sailors know where they are, but they're like hanging on the anchor on the side of the ship, and they're trying to get them with the net. Like, then the dog barks, like, "Oh hey, a storm's gonna be coming!" Like, oh, yeah. Apparently, the dog's trying to help them now, and he sends them off on I forget what exactly it was, but they find themselves on another bit of ice, and as I jogged, like, okay, we're on this ice. 5 weeks later, I'm hungry. Like I clearly like after the cut, it's like now we're back where we started. I'm hungry. It's like I was gonna make that joke, but yeah. So it's like some whales show up, but these are the nice whales. Like these are the these are the friendly whales. It's like, hey, we can help you. So they take them. Wait, no, no, wait, go back. They're on the thing, and
Before
wait,
we get
when was the swimming?
before we get too far, poison crackers, really?
Okay, actually, before the whales show up, like, okay, we might have to swim, but hey, we're not big enough. Like, well, apparently, an undetermined amount of time has passed, and apparently they're big enough to swim now.
That, or maybe they
That's
could
actually
swim
another
all.
issue. It's like, how much time has passed? There's no sense of time scale here.
Happy feet much?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Ouch.
But yeah, so there's the mention of swimming, but then the whales show up and take them back. It's like takes them a little while to find exactly where everyone is, but they get there. It's like, oh hey, they're back. We're not angry. We're just glad you're here. But yeah, so everything seems happy except oh no, oh, some men are stealing all the children.
Not again.
It's like, so wait, they came back. They had to turn the ship around, go exactly back, and uh, it still goes with the whole problem of time scale. It's like how long has any of this took? It's like, eh.
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, humans bad. Yeah, like okay, need to save the children. Oh no, they have guns. Don't worry, no one gets hit. At one point, it seems one of the penguins gets shot, but like, nope, he's fine. Like, didn't even hit.
Haha, funny.
But yeah, the penguins are swimming after the men in the boat, and they try shooting, but it's like if anyone has watched MythBusters, you'll know that guns are basically useless when it comes to shooting stuff in water.
The kid show?
So yeah, like they try to shoot the penguins, but they totally miss. But the echoes basically caused that part with the cliff to crack again, basically causing a big wave and basically sinking everything. Oh, they're dead. So yeah, the day is saved thanks to more water. Anyway, everyone's fine. And also, when the shooting started, the good man and started going that direction, but I don't think they really contributed anything to the whole thing. He he was just there to watch.
Observe. He's a scientist.
Yeah, really, his whole character amounts to. I mean, hey, not all people are bad.
Some some study things.
He didn't really contribute anything to the plot when you think about it. Like they were like, well, not initially warned, but like, oh hey, people and dogs are bad. Like they're nice, but like, oh hey, those people are bad. So yeah, but hey, the time passes again, and the place is gonna get dark soon. So the scientist goes away until next year, and
Okay.
also Scamper becomes the leader for because he's the main character. Therefore, he is the leader.
Looking really
Like apparently he showed leadership skills. I guess I don't really see it.
I don't really forgot something. How necessary it is.
Oh wow, yeah, the color definitely helps. She still looks worried though.
Finding ways to get through situations, that feels like leadership skills.
Eh,
Move the hair.
yeah, not really feeling it.
Sounds like you didn't have. Sounds like your day's been a little
It's been kind of a long day. Also, still haven't gotten any recording done. But to be fair, I spent a decent chunk of today trying to get this mod pack put together.
Ah,
Also, the neighbors were mowing the lawn, so probably wouldn't have been a good time to record anyway.
all day.
Well, not all day, but it's like I just been kind of tired lately. Also, there's been like chores left and right this week, so it's like,
thought that was the case.
Yeah, that helps. What do you guys think?
Maybe Project Essentials backup. Okay, move that one out.
Like that better, that color better of.
And remember when I was bringing up Happy Feet? Notice
Yeah,
notice how they were older in size apparently, and yet they still had the youngster voices.
yeah, I did notice that. Okay, that's good.
With that, I was about,
That's loading.
and with that, I would have brought up how apparently Mumble still has his youngster fe- youngster feathers,
Hmm.
even as an adult.
It's adorable.
Okay, I think I found the mod that was causing the problem. Maybe. Because Minecraft kind of froze. But I got further than before, so that's a plus. So yeah, apparently Scamper was originally named, or wait, is the wiki going for? That's the problem with this wiki. It's like, so okay, so Scamper is the English name, so the original name was Lolo, and Snowflake was Pepe. Louis was Mac, and wait, Jackson and wow, there's no voice credit for Cowboy. Huh. Who who is of course is named Don in the original. That's weird. Like an entire voice credit is like missing. Then again, the voice actor info for Japan, the Japanese, French, and Dutch versions are mostly unknown.
Oh, I still have the sunset sculpt. Oh, Jack.
Well, also at the end, Louis decides to leave to find his family.
Go go.
Okay, so the problem was structurized. That's not good. Because I kind of need that for mine colonies. And of course, my keyboard eats some of the. And wow, default Minecraft is loud.
Want to close this out for today? Put them there. Ah, Jack. See this?
That looks good.
Ah! Emerge from the floor.
But yeah, hopefully I'll have this mod pack ready by, let's say, Monday.
See you soon then.
Yeah, I'll be. Honestly, I'll be giving about 5 gigs of RAM to the server because it's not really a heavy. Like it doesn't have like any of the tech stuff, so it shouldn't be that intensive. But just so there's too much lag, you know.
Yeah.
I also added the ding mod, which basically just dings when it's finally done loading all the mods. Okay. Huh. Okay, that loaded up. Now can I put this back? Because I would like immersive portals because that just seems like a fun mod to have. That's the one where you can see into the Nether and it's a seamless transition.
Hmm.
Like you step through the portal and like you pass through into the Nether directly. with no loading screen.
Basically means the wavy bit gets.
It's just an open window into the nether. And unfortunately, some mods haven't been updated for 1.15.2 yet, so it's like, eh. And actually, I would have had a mod that would like add all sorts of stuff to the Nether to kind of make up for the fact that there isn't really mods for the most recent snapshots yet.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, apparently it's a fabric mod, and like basically all the mods are for Forge. Ooh, goody. Okay, so I can do that. Let's dimension stack.
All right, you want to close this out, Alex?
Well, like I said, I didn't expect myself to get. Well, I didn't expect myself to get a warm, fuzzy feeling by the end of that.
Yeah, unfortunately for me, it's like I think it's just like a combination of like the dub and like when it was made.
And we don't have any connection to it,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
for all I know, it may have been a lot better in like the original Russian. I don't know, or maybe the Japanese dub. That who's Scamper? Uh, eh,
Song was added.
how about oh, that was you. I was like, wow, Minecraft got loud.
Oh, is it? Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Everyone step to the left.
All right, inventory by default is E. Uh,
The classic. Ooh.
it's like I always put inventory as I.
So I guess I could write you down as an eh.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair enough.
All right.
Nate,
Yeah.
do you have any thoughts?
Oh, on the actual. Oh, on the thing. It was. It was all right. I guess another eh. Got quite long. Got kind of bored near the middle, to be songs were quite left something to be desired. Say that. What else? The backgrounds are. I mean, the animation was better, but they were simple. I don't know. It was decent. The story was. Kind of felt like they kept. I don't know. It felt like they were doing more and more just to do more and more because they needed more time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they just kept adding stuff and adding stuff and adding stuff, not because they needed to, just because
Everyone step to the left.
they had a certain amount of time that they needed to fill. Better. I don't know. It was okay, passable for sure. A new challenging
Everyone
song.
step to the left.
So, do you want to see those immersive portals?
Now to the right.
When you're dead, I mean.
Break my ankle again. Oh, by the way, my ankle's been spraining for ages.
Ouch.
It feels really spread out, like.
Ooh, wow, good thing you didn't shoot the flying. Oh, you're in creative.
Yeah.
Everyone step to the left.
Yeah, there's like seamless transfer. Although when you initially create the portal, it actually has to load up Nether. So the portal itself has loading time. Yeah, I just thought this was really neat.
Left. Everyone step to the right. Now to the left.
It's also, of
Now
course,
to
a
the
really
right.
a spot to spawn into the Nether.
Everyone step to the left. Everyone step to the right. Everyone step to the left. Now
But
to the left.
I'll show you that loading thing I was mentioning.
Now
Also,
to the right. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left,
better.
left, left, right, left, right.
Yeah, loading chunks.
Now to the right. Now to the left. Now to the right. Now to the left. Now to the left. Now to the right. Now to the left.
Freaking unconnected my. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ah, see. Is it laggy? Laggy on our stream of it. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I went from going from the overworld over top an entire lake of light, going from there, going from the Nether over to right on top of the ocean.
Mobs on the other side, so spawn a mob on the other side and
Oh yeah,
to keep it there. You
but
know
I need to
what
remember E. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have cheat mode on.
I believe there's. Yeah, there we go.
It's like
Anything, a chicken or something. I guess so. I guess that's pretty sweet.
I wonder.
Can you lead? Yeah, can you put a lead on it and walk through? Weird. It like cuts it off,
Wait.
but it still follows you. Like
This is wonderful.
Wow.
And now you see why I wanted this mod. So yeah, it's like that back then. Yeah, I might have to run this without Optifine.
I'm giving you glitches.
Optifine, the thing that's supposed to help make the whole game run a bit more smoother.
Yeah, is it glitching out for you?
No, it's just mod incompatibilities. So yeah, tomorrow I'll clean up all the config folders and make sure that's all put together. Then I'll put I'll put the thing that goes into like the roaming Minecraft versions folder thing, and I'll put it into a zip folder. I'll put it up on the Google Drive, and I'll send the link. I'll also include some instructions because just redirect the directory in the loader to over here, and yeah. So yeah, 63 mods.
Too impossible to run. And most of it's kind of like life improvement.
Yeah. Also, some of them are like required sub things for other mods to actually work. Okay, adding this Optifine by itself.
Blade shadow longer.
I wish the random things mod was in this, or was updated for 1.15.5.
By the way, Star Wars: The Clone Wars fans, if you are not watching the newest episodes, oh my gosh. The latest lightsaber fight, oh my gosh, it was beautiful. Like movie quality. Sorry, spoilers, there's a lightsaber fight. But it's Star Wars, you're expecting lightsaber fight.
But yeah, speaking of Star Wars, you kind of have to
Everyone step to the
you kind of have
left.
to feel bad for the people who started the movie. It's because like, oh hey, we're starting Star Wars. This ought to be a big career booster. And the overall reaction to the sequel trilogy was,
Crap. Most part are I think they're fine people, right? And the set designers and all that other stuff, you know, they tried their best, right?
yeah.
No one was arguing that the cinematography was bad, right?
It just
Or the
it's
sound
just that the
direction.
ship. It's just that the script was complete crap.
Crap, yeah. The music was fine, you know. I don't know, it wasn't as memorable as I thought. I don't remember many of it. Maybe it was just the script never working, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with Star Wars, you know, see the bad guys for the first time and you hear Imperial March and you're like, oh, you know, like these guys are scary, right? And I guess there was never that moment when I watched these new ones. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm not a kid anymore, but I don't know. None of the songs stuck with me, you know what I mean? They're okay. None of them stood out as bad. They're good. Yeah, so everyone did their part, other than the scriptwriters and their directors. Who's ever working on this new Clone Wars episodes? Oh my gosh. Like, these last two episodes have been masterful. Like, so good. Probably one of the best arcs, if not the best arc of Clone Wars. And it's all happening right next to, in tandem with the movies. Like, they're talking about, you know, the Battle of Coruscant taking place right as this is happening. So there's kind of like a sense of dread as they're watching the episodes. You're like, oh, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? Oh, no. You just don't know when it's going to happen, and you're just like on the edge of your seat the whole time. And I'm genuinely excited to see what comes next. Like, I am really hyped for this next week. I haven't been hyped about a show in a while, and it's really nice. Alright, why don't you close this out, Alex?
Okay, so Optifine will not work. That's unfortunate.
Well, there goes the game mechanic well, there goes the game mechanic I was going to show that you can't do in real life.
Oh.
If only it wasn't friggin' night.
If you slept, which you're doing right now, you won't get the phantoms. So you're good. You can leave the bed.
Speaking of phantoms, I did add where one of the things is the phantoms will only go after the players who actually have the insomnia.
The what? After the
Basically,
what?
the phantoms will only go after the people who haven't slept. If you've slept recently, if you've slept recently, you'll be fine. So I also added cosmetic armor and a mod that allows you to combine an elytra with your chest plate. But you can't separate them. You're locked into your decision. But we can just discuss all the mods and stuff after the podcast.
Yeah. All right. I don't have much time left, so I have to go.
Well, always next.
You can stay on if you want and show them, but I just gotta go.
Always next week, since we do it. Always next week, since we are. Always next week, or in some case, or don't know if don't know if I may be able to adjust the mechanics after the reaction, but whatever. We haven't. Whatever. We haven't. Whatever. We have another reaction. Whatever. We're gonna have another reaction tomorrow night, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise,
Yep.
otherwise, otherwise next. Otherwise, next week, by then, hopefully, the new comic will be on digital, will be available for viewing online sources.
Yeah.
Yeah. So until then, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you for the reaction. Take care.
Later.
Bye bye.